Good day, it's Ana Paris Colorado and I am going to report about air pollution. Air pollution makes the earth an unpleasant place to live. It reduces the beauty of nature. Views that once made the pulse beat faster because of the spectacular panorama of mountains and valleys are more often becoming shrouded in smoke. When once you always could see giant boulders sharply etched in the sky and the tapered arrowheads of sparred pines, you now often see a fuzzy picture of brown and green. Every deep breath fills our lungs mostly with gaseous nitrogen and oxygen. Also inhaled in minute quantities may be other gases and particles, some of which could be considered pollutants. These contaminants came from factories, forest fires, car exhausts, and power plants and other sources related to human activities. Virtually every large city has to contend in some way with air pollution, which clouds the sky, injures plants, and damages property. Some pollutants merely have a nauseous odor, whereas others can cause severe health problems. This chapter takes a look at the serious contemporary concern, beginning by briefly discussing history of air pollution. Strictly speaking, air pollution is not a new problem. More than likely, it began when humans invented fire whose smoke choked the inhabitants of poorly ventilated caves. In fact, very early accounts of air pollution characterized as smoke problems. To alleviate the smoke problem in Old England, King Edward I issued a proclamation in 1273 forbidding the use of sea coal, an impure form of coal that produced a great deal of soot and sulfur dioxide when burned. As industrialization increased, the smoke problem worsened. In 1661, the prominent scientist John Evelyn wrote an essay deploring London's filthy air, and by the 1850s, London had become notorious for its pea-soaked fog, a thick mixture of smoke and fog that hung over the city. These fogs could be dangerous. In 1873, one was responsible for as many as 700 deaths, and another in 1911 claimed the lives of 1,150 Londoners. To describe this chronic atmospheric event, a physician, Harold D. Vieux, coined the word smog, meaning a combination of smoke and fog. Then, during the first week of December 1952, a major disaster struck. The winds died down over London and the fog and smoke became so thick that people walking along the street literally could not see where they were going. This particular disastrous smog lasted 5 days and took nearly 4,000 lives. Air pollution episodes were no means limited to Great Britain. During the winter of 1930, for instance, Belgium's highly industrialized Meuse Valley experienced an air pollution tragedy when smoke and other contaminants accumulated in a narrow, steep-sided valley. The tremendous build-up pollutants caused about 600 people to become ill, and ultimately 63 people died. Industrial revolution brought air pollution to the United States. Soon, large industrial cities such as St. Louis and Pittsburgh began to feel the effects of ever-increasing use of coal. As early as 1911, studies documented the irritating effect of smoke particles on the human respiratory system. The first major documented air pollution disaster in the United States occurred at Nonora, Pennsylvania during October 1948 when industrial pollution became trapped in the Monongahela River Valley. During the order, which lasted 5 days, more than 20 people died and thousands became ill. Air pollution episodes in Los Angeles, New York, and other large American cities led to establishment of the Clean Air Act of 1970, empowered the federal government to set emission standards that each state was required to enforce.